This has been my observation. For a long time, all the innovation in construction methodology has come due to the innovation contribution by the equipment makers. Well, equipment is extremely important, but when it comes to building major infrastructure, or even for that matter, even housing now in a city is substantially in high rise. Now this cannot be done without machinery, equipment. But equipment helps you to build not only big, it helps you to build more productively. And that is a very important aspect. So if you will notice, this has been my observation, for a long time, all the innovation in construction methodology has come due to the innovation contribution by the equipment makers, who in order to survive, people will buy their equipment. They have been continuously modernizing that by improving its productivity, ability to do quality work and speedily, and therefore construction industry has benefited from the research of somebody else also. Now it's symbiotic. There are things that construction industry wants done, and they try to work on it and produce that equipment for you. Or the other way around, where they say that we got a better, more productive, say, batching plant or anything, and you get that. So I think construction equipment is a huge role in building and creating infrastructure. India's infrastructure program, it is huge. When you look at it, at the end of that period, you will say it was too little, because it's such a huge country, and its connectivity, the infrastructure required is mind-boggling. So anything that would help that happen faster, more efficiently, is help, and equipment does that. So I think equipment industry coming up is both. On one side, it's a sign that infrastructure is happening, and the other is that the people are noticing that we've got to be in this race to be able to set up plants to produce equipment. And I think that's where BOMA comes in. It's a very big fair overseas, and it's the only big construction fair in the world. What BOMA does, it spreads the new wares they have created, new productivity. After all, people in the construction industry, like anywhere else, are very busy with doing their work. And at one place, they don't get to understand what are the big changes that have occurred in construction equipment that will help them improve the way they do the job. And I think BOMA, by creating these exhibitions, has allowed people from the industry to come and have these new products and equipment on display, so they can make up their mind that the next time they want to buy, they would like to buy this improved equipment. At the end of the day, it's about resource productivity. Resource utilization has to go up drastically, even a destructive new creation. And from that point of view, you will get increasing symbiotic relationship between how fast we want to build the infrastructure, what is the quality. Now when you take the quality for a rail track for a train moved at 30 kilometers per hour, and the one that you want for 300 kilometers an hour, there's a huge difference in not just quality, but the precision with which it has to be done. Now this can't be done without precision equipment, ability to build long rails quickly. So it's a very important feature, and I see that this is not something that happens at one time. It's a continuous. So some new creator comes up with a destructive technology that renders everything you're doing wrong. The last big destructive technology was when cement came in. We defined it at the World Economic Forum as responsible infrastructure. Responsible came all the attributes that during the process of construction you will follow some norms that will adhere to the requirement of climate, carbon emissions. When the built environment also should not have that much emissions. And third is the resilience. The resilience meaning, suppose there is a flood, an earthquake, or any such natural disaster or man-made disaster like a war, etc. You can still have buildings, infrastructure that collapses. Can we build it quicker? Very elegant practices of nature can be brought into doing things. And I think this is where the sum total of the marriage of equipment makers with the contractors, construction people comes into place. Now when it comes to construction equipment, you need to build construction equipment that can deliver now infrastructure at much faster speeds without losing quality. And actually, since the volume of infrastructure to be built is so large, cost has to be another factor. And to create that cost productivity, you do need to focus. So construction industry, equipment industry needs to work considerably together. Just that it is happening. I'm very excited to be going to Burma this year.